So in this lecture we are going to learn about one new concept, that is compensation. Okay, so in your E255 control system subject, you are having one dedicated chapter regarding introduction to compensation and compensation or the compensation technique. So what is actually the compensation? Compensation is the basic meaning of the compensation is what we have to give extra in the system if it is required, or we have to take some extra if it is not required. So that is the basic meaning of compensation. Okay, so generally whenever you are using this particular word in our day-to-day life, it will be compensation is will be given. That means you will be given some extra, whatever the output or whatever the output you are uh, whatever the input we are giving, we are giving some compensation in order to get the better output. Okay, so we will see what are this compensation, what are the various techniques for the compensation technique is used as far as the control system concerned. Okay, so in control system what is going to happen, as we have seen earlier, we will be getting the output. If we are giving sinusoidal input, the output we will be getting having some magnitude as well as the phase angle. Okay, so if I'm comparing the magnitude and the phase angle of input and output, it is going to be a different one. Okay, so magnitude I can somehow manage, but the phase angle I have to manage in order to get the better output. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to make some compensation in terms of a phase angle, because the magnitude part we can capture easily, but for the phase angle we require some compensation technique. Okay, so this compensation technique, sorry, so this is the lecture outline. First we will see regarding the introduction to compensation, then we will see various compensator configuration, then various commonly used compensator, and the effect of adding poles and zeros on the root locus. Okay, so this is the basic outline. So what is actually compensation? So as I have said earlier, a feedback control system that provides an optimal performance without any necessary adjustment is rare. So we will not be getting perfect output of the system. Okay, in building a control system, we know that the proper modification of the plant dynamics may be a simple way to meet the performance specification. Okay, so but it is not possible in many practical situations because the plant may be fixed or it is not modifiable. Okay, so what is going to happen, we will not be able to change the value of the plant, so we will not be able to get the desired output response. So what we have to do, we have to adjust the parameter other than those in the fixed plant. So fixed plant value, if we are not able to change, what we have to do, we have to change the value of other parameter, or we have to adjust the other parameter. Either we have to add some parameter or we have to remove the parameter. Okay, so generally as far as the feedback control system concerned, the compensator configuration is given as series compensation and the parallel compensation. The block diagram of series compensation is given over here. So we'll be having GCS, that is nothing but the controller gain of your system. Okay, this GS is nothing but the forward path gain, and HS is nothing but the feedback path gain. Okay, so GCS. Okay, so generally controller and the compensator will be given in this manner. Okay, so it might happen that you will be having controller as well as the compensator in your configuration. So this is the gain of compensator, that is nothing but GCS. Okay, and in parallel compensation, you will be having compensator which is actually in parallel with your forward path gain. Okay, so here forward path gain are G1 and G2s, and your compensation compensator is connected in parallel with, over here it is in series, and the HS is nothing but the feedback. Okay, another one type is feedback compensation. Okay, so in your feedback compensation, you will be having original part or the plant part, and your compensator part is in feedback compensator. Okay, so is it more or less compared to your more or less similar to your parallel compensation only. Another one is your combination of this is nothing but your cascade feedback compensation. Okay, so you will be having compensator 1 over here and compensator number 2 over here. Okay, so this compensator number 1 is in series and compensator number 2 is in parallel. So we can say it is a cascade and feedback configuration. So depending upon system requirement, the value of this compensator will be placed either in series or parallel or cascade or feedback compensation. Okay, another classification of the configuration is feed forward compensation. In your forward compensator, your compensator will be adjusted in the forward path, but it is going to be added with your original part or the plant. Okay, so we have seen the feedback forward control system. In that, actually this kind of a configuration was there. So similarly, the compensator requirement is adjustable over here also. Okay, another one is your disturbance compensation. In the disturbance compensation, what we are doing is, suppose it might happen that you will be having a disturbance coming at this particular summing point, that is nothing but ns. So we will add the compensator in the path of your disturbance and we will add before the controller. Okay, so what is going to happen, instead of putting the controller over here, we will use the compensator which will nullify the effect of this disturbance, and it is output is giving to your controller. Okay, so we will be having five classification. First one is your series and parallel, third one is your this feedback compensation, fourth one is your cascade of feedback compensation, and fifth one is your feed forward compensation, and the sixth one is your disturbance. The total number, six numbers of compensation configurations are there. Okay, so what is this is the configuration of your compensation. Now what is actually, there are various types of compensators are generally used. So we'll be having three most famous compensator which is used in a control system, that is lead compensator, lag compensator, and lag lead compensator. So we will see one by one. Okay, so first one, lead compensator. If a sinusoidal input is applied to the input of a network and the steady state output, which is also a sinusoidal output, has a phase lead, then the network is called a lead network. Okay, so in the simple words, what we can see, suppose I am giving the input as a sinusoidal input with a magnitude of m. At the output, we are getting m plus something output of magnitude and phase angle which is having some plus phi. Okay, phase angle which is having some plus phi. Okay, so if the output is leading compared to the input, then whatever the network is there, we will be having a lead compensator. Okay, in simple language we can say the output of your system is leading by some angle. Okay, so it might happen that in some system your output of your system is lagging. So what I will do, I will use lead compensator. So what it will do, it will nullify the effect of lagging and it will lead the output. Okay, next one, sorry, this is the phase led compensator. So this is the transfer function of phase led compensator is given as gcs is equal to e output of s upon e input of s. Okay, so generally it is given as 1 upon alpha into 1 plus alpha ts upon 1 plus ts, where alpha is r1 plus r2 greater or equal to 1 and t is equal to r1 plus r2. Okay, so this is nothing but your basic configuration. Okay, where there's your r1 r2 is given over here and c. So the phase lead network will be looking like this r1 c and okay, lead network will be having a branch of r1 and c connected in parallel with each other, and r2 is connected in this. Okay, so this is nothing but the transfer function of your phase lead compensator. It is given as 1 upon alpha into 1 plus alpha ts upon 1 plus ts. If I am putting the poles and zeros location, it will be looking like this. Next one is your it is the same, that is nothing but your phase lead compensator electrical representation, whatever I have shown over here. So suppose I am putting over here, it will be looking like this. Another one is a lag compensator. If the steady state output has a phase lag, then the network is called a lag network. Okay, so this lag network will be used as a lag compensator. It will give the output phase angle in terms of a lag. It will be giving a output which is having a lag. So what we will do, if your output is leading in a phase angle compared to your input, what I will do, I will use the lag compensator. It will nullify the effect of leading by placing the lag compensator. Okay, what is the configuration over here? In your phase lag compensator, you will be having R2 and C are connected in series over here, and R1 is connected in this arm. Okay, and I can find out the transfer function using simple method, that is v output of e output upon e input of s. And if I'm putting all the values by using mesh analysis that we have studied in your first chapter, I will be getting the transfer function is equal to beta ts plus 1 upon ts plus 1, where t is equal to r1 plus r2 into c, and beta is equal to r2 upon r1 plus r2. Okay, so again, if we want to put the pole and zero diagram, we will be having left hand side of your poles and zeros, and we can have a lag compensation. Another one is lag lead compensator. So in a lag lead network, both phase lag and phase lead occur in the output, but in a different frequency region. So for lower frequency region, it might be giving the output in terms of a lag. For higher frequency region, it will be giving the output as a. Okay, so phase lag occurs in the lower frequency and phase lead occurs in the higher frequency. So this is the comparison table for the phase lag and phase lead compensator. So you need to just observe whatever the gain bandwidth and whatever the phase margin, gain margin, and stability is there. Okay, so by modifying the value of R1, R2 and C and the various configuration, we will be able to get this compensation. Okay, so as far as your introduction to compensation technique, you will be having this much amount of data you need to uh, go through. That is nothing but your configuration of various compensator. Second one is your its structure, how does it look like, the block diagram. Third one is your various types of compensator, that is lag compensator, lead compensator, and the lag lead compensator, and their basic configuration. And last one is this comparison of phase lag and phase lag lead. Thank you.